When Lord of the Rings movie came out around 2000, it really influenced my drawing style. I did all kinds of orcs and goblins and trolls. I don't think I have any of that artwork around anymore, but I kind of remembered an orc that I drew from back in those days, and I thought I'd try to recreate it here. That particular one I digitally colored. It was kind of cool. Here I'm just strictly doing pencil work. I'm not going to use any marker pens or anything. This video here is mainly to highlight my cartoony line weight style and these little hashy stuff. I do a lot of cross hatching and such, but there's more to it than just cross hatching that we'll get into here. But for this particular picture, I started off with a light drawing. Some of my videos I just kind of go with it and just wing it and just kind of see what I come up with. But this one I wanted to be a little bit special. I wanted it to look a little more, I don't know if professional is the word, but I wanted it to look more finished or more polished. So you can see the background where I had sketched in real light the actual image of the orc. So the reason for this video, or the highlight of this video, is just to show how I do my line work once I get that down. I do some of this with my paintings. I'll use a marker pen to highlight, but I do like the way the pencil looks. I can thicken things up really easy, get the image I want, where marker pens can be a little bit tricky sometimes. I have used ink pens in the past a lot, but sometimes they look too blocky, too dark. It's hard to get good line weight unless you're spending hours and hours with a micro pen. And I think I have in my cabinet a set of micro pens. I just haven't got them out. I have a lot of art supplies sitting in closets I haven't used in a long time. So behind me in my little studio, and I'll show you a picture sometime, I have a big old mess. My easel, my paints, and all my rulers and pencils and pens and all my junk. All the good junk you should have in an artist studio, it's all sitting behind me, which is probably a good thing because you don't want to see it right now. I would definitely suggest going back through my catalog of videos and try to find some of my painting videos, because just imagine what this picture would look like if I actually painted it. Now I got to tell you here, I'm doing the eyebrows, and I learned a painting technique and how to get a hair technique or fur, and I'm using it here. And it's not a complicated technique. It's just a way of moving my lines back and forth to give it kind of a fluffy look. The artist that I copied from is on YouTube, and he does a lot of tigers and lions and a lot of fur, and I used a lot of his techniques in my paintings. So I'm not doing a painting here, but I'm kind of using a painting technique. Now, so far I've got my little goblin here. Is he a goblin or an orc? I'm not sure. And I got the head blocked in. I'll say blocked in, but I haven't really got to my line work yet. So we're still going, putting on some clothing, some horns, embellishments. You know, this part of it I kind of did just make up. I wanted to have it a little more fancy schmancy, so I added some horns and stuff. One thing I forgot to do, looking back at this, I forgot to put a lot of hair on it. The original drawing had hair all over it. This one has a lot less, but you know, YouTube videos are pretty cheap to make. I could probably do another one and kind of show how I do my hair. But I was really kind of happy with this drawing overall. I used probably a half a dozen pencils again, and halfway through this drawing, I dulled them all down, and I had to stop the video and go back and sharpen them all, because I do have a kind of a heavy-handed technique with my pencils, because I'm trying to darken it down so it kind of looks like ink. But you can. The axe is something I've done over the years. It's kind of a stylistic choice I made years ago. I tried to make the handle there look a little bit fancy schmancy. When I'm doing these YouTube videos, I tend to go a little fast. It helped slow me down, the fact I actually had a drawing to work on. But I'm afraid I'm going to bore everybody to death if I go into too much detail. Because this video is already about 15 minutes long, and that's sped up. The whole picture probably took me 25 minutes to actually film. I didn't take any breaks. I just kept on going. And I tell you, once I got going, I went on autopilot, because I've been doing. If you watch my videos, I say this all the time. I've been doing this for a long time. I have an autopilot mode that I get into. Okay, right now, this is what the video is all about right here. My cross hatching, and I don't know what you'd call this other stuff I'm doing. It's not really cross hatching, it's more like edge definition. I'm trying to give it some curve. If you look at comic book style drawings, I think it's prevalent in there. It defines, thickens, gives more edginess to your edges, and it's just something I learned from my Mad Magazine days. I keep going back to that. Trying to not to bore you to death with that, but a lot of my stuff I got from the 80s. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen the Lord of the Rings cartoon. It's really good. The artwork in the backgrounds is really good. It's really inspirational, actually. It's a Ralph Bakshi cartoon. I watch it like once a day, and it annoys my wife to death because she gets bored with it. But as an artist, I kind of glom towards those kinds of things. I also watch the heavy metal cartoon like once a week for the artwork, and it's kind of funny. It's a good cartoon. When I was in college, this is interesting. Back in the day, this was like '93. We actually had a cell animation machine, and even that one looked like it was, I don't know, from the '50s. But I remember taking animation class, and that was interesting because I had to buy cells, I had to buy the paint, I had to come up with an idea, and I kind of wish I had the video for that. I don't have any more. It was basically a fish. It was kind of cool. Later on, I learned a little bit of digital animation. I made another fish, threw that on my other YouTube channel, and that thing got like 250,000 views over the years. But that was cool. I'd love for this video to get 250,000 views. So if you could like it and subscribe to it and share it with your friends. From what I understand, subscriptions don't mean as much nowadays as they used to in the old days. So it's more important, if you want to support me, is to share this on your personal pages and get my name out there. I'd like to get this video a lot of love. And then I'll keep on making more and more and more. And then I can, like I said before, become a YouTuber and quit my day job. Not that my day job's bad. I'm a registered nurse, and I enjoy being a nurse. But nursing doesn't give me the artistic outlet that drawing does, obviously. So I haven't been talking about my drawing here much, but here I'm coloring in, shading in part of the axe. What am I doing? I am now going to the shoulder. I'm reinforcing that with the edge of the pencil, and I'm doing my I don't know, my type of shading I do with the side. And I add some more. I thought I could use some more spiky things. I like spiky things in my. If you look at my paintings, spiky things is a theme with me. Sharp teeth and spiky things. I do a lot of monster paintings. Actually, I call my paintings monster paintings. Now I'm doing monster drawings. So I thought this picture probably needed some background shading to kind of fill in the composition. So I took the side of my pencil, pardon me, and I'm kind of filling in the background here, and because I wanted the image to stand out, which is interesting. I mentioned this in another video that when you draw, it's a lot different than painting because you're going from different ends of the field. Drawing, you're going from light to dark because you're adding shading, where in painting you're going from dark to light because you're adding highlights. It's kind of hard to add highlights to a drawing unless you, I don't know, I bought some of that brown paper, and it's kind of cool. If you start your drawing on that, then you can put highlights on it. But I don't have any colored pencils right now, and I'd have to use some sort of a white acrylic wash to put highlights in, and I might do that. But this series right now is basically for drawing, and not, oh, here's my signature, Keith Trimm, 24. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much.